Hi again, ladies and gentlemen. As I always say, hi again, ladies and gentlemen. Boring. Why can't he say something different for once? Can you see that these silver Cobra's missing? Because it's here. This is the one that I paid £10 for. It says on label, which I believe the label is wrong, it says, all well, TX and RX okay, but the prom is not okay. Channel and band need to get the prom out. Right, well, we might not need to get the prom out, we might just have a poor connection or something like that. I also noticed that it were very intermittent on channel selector. That could be just a poor connection, of course, but we're armed and dangerous. We have another one. So let's give it a better assessment. Okay. Like I say, ladies and gents, when you buy a Cobra 148 for £10, of course, you know, the front and the cabinet, so, you know, we all know that they're worth more than that, you know. But to get it back to being a 148, you know, you can have a bit of work to do. There's more than 5 faults with this that I can see straight away, irrelevant to the audio amp and the regulator I've put in. Now then, according to Jenny, I'm putting in 27185, which is channel 19 midband. But the radio has got a 6-position switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 position, and it's right over to that side. As if you were putting it on super high band, for example, but that's where midband is. Some issue there. Anyway, let's have a look at some more frequencies where, and I'll send it around a bit. VCO comes to a lot quick though, that's a good sign. Anyway, stand by. Now then, ladies and gents, he's back again. I'm studying this radio. It's quite a shame, you know, it really is quite a shame, because the prom's not too bad when it comes to tidiness. I've seen a lot worse, I can assure you, but it does have some issues, quite a lot. Number one main issue, it's drawing too much current, and it's due to the prom. I've just had an amp meter, can't show you, you know, but there's a 5-volt regulator on here, and when I look at how much current's being drawn from all this circuit here, it's about 100 milliamp. It's about 100 milliamp. It's too much, you know. It doesn't seem a lot, doesn't 100 milliamp, but it is. It's too much, and there's something going on now. Then, if you remember, for those of you that don't, when this radio came to me, it gave me the impression that the radio has had reverse polarity for several reasons. Number one, its audio amplifier were absolutely gone to another planet, and its passive regulator that drives the TX strip had also gone to another planet, and the protection diode, if you like, the polarity protection diode, which is down there, you can tell it's been getting red hot. Right, all the telltale signs that it's had reverse polarity before I got it. And I also believe it's possible that the prom has been damaged. Now I've undone its clamps that hold it down. There's one here that's soldered onto the back here, and there's one at the other side here that's soldered onto one of the transformers. Now this particular radio has been converted quite unusually. They've taken the 2 4-bit binary adders out, and they're allowing this prom to do everything. Now you've just seen in previous video that it's got some channel selector issue. It does. I don't know whether it's a poor connection under here, or whether it does have an internal issue. I'm not too sure, and I won't know until I get front off and you know, bring this out at Waysort and have a look at the back. But it's the prom itself. Hang on, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position, and the only position that works quite correct is UKFM. All the other bands everywhere, they do go roughly to the right place, but they're all a band out. They're all out of sequence where they should be, and none of the channels match up to where they should be. None of them anywhere. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. Pardon me. Channel 1. I don't know what band I'm on, but just press it into TX. I've got carrier turned low, by the way. This radio does 9 watts if I allow it to. If I turn it up on AM and FM adjustment here, it does 9 watts. Anyway, I'm on 26964, which will be 965, so that is mid-band, alright, but it's right over to right as though it's on super high. That's channel 1 UKFM, next band down, and then it goes to 27195 on next band down. Well, 195 is channel 1920 split mid-band, and yet it's on channel 1. Next band down, it goes to 26795. 795. What's it going there for? Next band down, it goes to 26395. That's mid band. No, it isn't mid band. It's low band. Well, it's not channel 1 low band. And then next band down, it goes to 25994. Well, 5 actually. But anyway, it's all over the place. It's all over the place when it comes to frequency. So we're going to have to pull this prom out. We're going to have to give it a 3 position switch, or convert this one to 3 position again from 6. And like I say, a new channel selector, 2 4-bit binary adders. There'll probably be diodes missing underneath here as well. It's quite common. And remove all this wiring out at way, etc. It seems to be only option really. You know, for me to get it to you know, like for example, all the popular calling channels, 555, etc., nowhere to be found. You can't even find 555. 555 doesn't exist, and the UKFM is not UKFM. It's not 1 to 40. Channel 1 and channel 40 and channel 19 all read correct, but most of the channels in the middle of all of that don't. They're all over the place. And yes, it could be something to do with this selector, you know, but like now, for example, I'm on channel 1. And when I ask it to go to UKFM, it calls up channel 1, right? So binary into the prom must be okay. It must be just a poor connection. But yet when I move bands down and expect it to go to channel 1 low band or super low, for example, or high band, none of them are in right place. So, you know, this has got a poor connection, but it's not giving incorrect binary onto the inputs. It can't be. So it must be the prom. We must have some issue with the prom. And it will make a nice radio, I'll tell you. It will make a nice radio. I can also feel, by the way, this regulator is getting quite warm for a radio that's just in receive mode, and that's because normally it would be pulling about 350 mil. As you can see, it's doing 400 something. But anyway, like I say, I've had to replace this audio amp here, and but circuit board wise, it don't look too bad. You know, there's all of this lot here. Let me just clean me my monitor and me thing. All of these lot here, they're all very untidy, as you can see. all this block resistor here. This is just blocks of resistors. I don't know, there'll probably be 8 or 9 resistors, one common, and then all rest of them are 10k outputs or whatever the resistor block is. And these little wires here that's going everywhere, you know, they all want taking off. This is trimmer that's adjusting the frequency for UK FM. All wants removing. It doesn't smell so good, doesn't this radio, neither. Hang on. Just feeling them main source regulators. Fondling. But when you're looking at PA strip, you know, I'm sorry about my camera, but that's original soldering, is that. It's all original, is that. And there's only mine there, what I've done there on these. But it will make a nice Cobra, I tell you, it will come back. Signal meter bulb wants putting into the middle rather than at one side like it is now. And like I say, from test I've done, it looks like TX strip is very healthy. So anyway, I'm going to I think I'll have a cup of tea and study whether I'm going to pull this prom out. I mean, I don't see any other option. There's no way I can repair the prom. So and I'm not one for a prommed radio at all. You know, I mean, I know where art channels are religiously. They're not hard to work out. And UK FM is not my band. It's not where I live. I go there to talk to friends, you know, because a lot of them hang out there. But I believe that the radio. I believe that there's good places to go in the frequencies where this radio covers. So and they all tend to live on SSB. Squelch wants repairing as well. It's a round and round and round and round. Quite common, we've seen it hundreds of times. Anyway, so I'll catch you in a bit, lads. Ladies and gents, sorry. I'll get me brew and I'll have a smoke at the same time. Not in here. I don't smoke in the workshop, by the way. But I'll study what I'm going to do with it. I just can't see any other way around anyway. And seeing as I've only got £10 in it, I do believe if I put it back to being a standard Cobra, I'll obviously get my money back, and I'll end up with a radio at least that's counting correctly everywhere it goes. So, but it is some work, you'll be surprised. I mean, for example, all of this lot will all have to be tidied up. And, you know, I mean, with 2 4-bit binary adders to source, we've got them in stock. All this lot to remove, and look at soldering round PLL. I'll probably end up taking ARC connections off and redoing them all to make it look like Rest at Radio, you know, because Rest at Radio's quite nice, isn't it? Anyway, what can I say but goodbye. Okay, he's back. 463, and you know it's normally about 350. So the decision's been made. So first thing to do is whip the front off, and then you'll get an idea. You know, one thing I must say at this point is when someone's prommed a radio, they can do it in 1,000 different ways, and the work in my opinion is seeing A, how they've done it, and B, what they've altered for me to be able to put it back as standard, you know, and little links and you know, just link wires and resistors and diodes and stuff. They move them all out of the way and alter them all to how they want it to suit the prom. And for me to get it back working as a 120 channel radio again, you know, you've to look over every part at PLL circuit, you know. There's a lot of work involved. Anyway, let's put front off and get it to look naked. Stand by. Okay, I'm back again. I always look terrible when the front's off, don't they? They don't look like that nice glossy Cobra, do they? Anyway, so we've got to we'll pull all this wiring out now. It's been radically altered around band switch here, and all its there's another part at band switch here that's not just adding 8-volt switching to different parts at Eprom to call up the different bands, but there's also a part that alters the VCO as well. It just grounds a capacitor. I can't remember, was it capacitor 7? I can't remember, but it just grounds a capacitor when it's going to lower bands, or it disconnects a ground to a capacitor. Basically just electrically altering tune at VCO. Also normally down here there'd be low, mid and high wires going up to band switch to call up the low, mid and high bands, you know, going to diode matrix down there. All completely gone. And if I can just pull this Eprom up, I can't see it, but you'll see when I get it out, there is no 4-bit binary adders in here. So because this channel selector is intermittent, I'll be pulling that out, right? So I'll bring it selected out, and we'll see it again in another few minutes. Okay, he's back again. You can see now there were the low, mid and highs I was talking about. He's just cut them off, look. Pink one here, look, and these. And there may be some diodes and what have you missing. You see how they're not using the full ribbon that goes into this connector, and that's because they'll only be taking supply. They'll probably be only taking supply what would drive the LED readout, and the rest of it's binary out. You can see though now that I don't have me 4-bit adders. Can you see them there? Down there, look, 2 chips missing, and the links that go in between them as well, they're also missing. As I said, this wire here looks like it's this red wire looks like it's having something to do with controlling the loop variactor, so that when Prom's on, it automatically puts it ending with a 1.25 on final frequency to call up, you know, to put it into right frequency for UK FM. And I find that, I really do find it the easiest way. The channel 9 switch was just doing nothing, so we'll get him to be a channel 9 again. And this is where you get to the small problems that still, in my opinion, are problems. You probably can't see that, but that is scratched. You probably can't see it though, but it's where someone's cleaned front, but you can just see the square round edge where they've been cleaning it, so we'll be replacing that. It's just a light filter, that's all. It's very common for either getting scratched or lugs breaking off at each end, but we'll be replacing that. And now what the mission is to get rid of the mode switch, band switch, and just take out wiring off it and put it to one side, ready for putting it back to a free position, and removing all this, removing the Eprom and all the associated wiring. Okay, I'll catch you in a bit. Now then, I'm back again. Let's see, I've removed this grounding plate, or just a RF shield or whatever, resistor, variable and odd little wire, and the Eprom itself, and of course the band switch. It's already lost its sticker, look. But like I say, it were quite tidy, you know. Quite tidy, really. I've no real complaints with its tidiness. Its performance, yes. The radio looks in a totally different state now. I haven't cleaned this back part up here, but I cleaned a little bit of this up and got rid of a lot of its poor soldering, getting ready for it. You know, there's a bit of testing to do yet. See that all the diodes are in the right place, etc. You know. Anyway, so I'll be back. Stand by. And again, I'm back again, and we've still got more to remove. This wire here that were something to do with controlling the variactor, as I say, and this red one, as well as the parts that were holding the Eprom in place, i.e. Exhibit A and Exhibit D. Alright, and then checking that all these pull down resistors at each side at binary adders are all the right value and they're all in place, and the little links, all of them are all missing. Can you see that? And there's some other links down here that's missing. A lot, they're just like these here that you can see. This one here, they all want replacing. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. I've got the blowtorch going, so I'll catch you in a bit. And this wire here. Now then, ladies and gents, as you can see, I've got my adders back in, or should I say in for the first time in this one. Tested all these resistors down here and these down here to make sure that they're in the right place and they're all in value, as well as diodes. I will be tidying this up a little bit, even though I've only just done it, but I've tidied wiring up a little bit, soldering up a little bit round PLL. Of course I have to put me VCO RF protection plate or whatever it's used for. It's just better grounding, I would have thought, for tank at VCO. I've got some more blowtorch soldering to sort out here, but they've done some alteration of the variactor for frequency shift. You know, KC shift control. Even wiring to KC shift's all different as well. This is KC shift control here, and they've altered some wiring on there as well, so I'll have to put all that back standard. But it's getting there, bit by bit, ladies and gents. Anyway, I'm going to have a cup of tea now, and then we'll do the wiring next. We'll sort out its band selector by taking this one off here and tidying out, soldering up, or should I say getting rid of it all, and then opening the switch up and getting it ready for converting to a 3 from a 6 to a 3. And then we'll add its selector, its new selector probably. I say probably because we'll have to go through all this wiring before selectors goes back in, and that's because we don't want the selector dangling around in free space while there's no to hold it. You see, we'll only end up breaking these ribbons here. You see, we don't want that. Okay, I'll be back. Now then, does anyone remember that advert that they used to have in the UK, British Rail, and it used to say, "We're getting there, we're getting there." Now we have a free position switch again, all cleaned up, ready to roll, and what can I say, now I'm just going to, I'm hunting around now for coloured wires. Originally this radio would have a pink, a violet and a grey using for band change, as well as other wires that change that capacitor I was telling you about. So I like to keep it all original, so I'm gonna go hunt for some wires now. Stand by. Now then, I used to mess with these old organs, you know, at one time. You know, I used to mess with them electrically, and those that never made it, I often used to steal wire out of them, as well as other parts as well, because you'd be surprised you know, where it all comes in. So you can see where band wire's going to come from, don't you? Can't you? See ya. Ah, you see. Grey. Oh, pink and blue. You want a violet, you dozy sod. Stand by again. Okay. Now, I bet there's some people out there thinking, well, why would he go to trouble to do that? Well, I'll tell you for why. One of the main reasons why I do it is because when you talk to loads of people on radio, they often talk about, you know, when they're doing conversions, they're out. You see this radio, right? When I've done it, it'll be box standard, and it's well known that people convert the Cobra 148 to do what they want it to do, and I could be adding confusion if I use different coloured wires. I don't go off the colours of wires. You know, most people, they just don't use the colours of the wires. It's not really important. It's what the wires are carrying that's important. But some of the novices out there do, and they start off by doing that rather than knowing what the wires are carrying. They start, the pink wire goes to so-and-so, did you say? And all that. You often hear it in mic wiring and stuff. So if you can make it easy for everybody as well, you know, that's going to come to radio after me, by giving it its original coloured wires again. Aye. And also it tallies with the paperwork that they might have then, you see, as well. Okay, goodbye. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, channel selector in. We're on 2778125, that's channel 19 UK. So I've got my KC shift turned over, of course, and I've had a look at it on mid-band. I haven't had a look on low-band yet, but I've looked on mid-band, and, you know, 5 different channels there, and it all looks right. I've had a look on high-band, and 5 different channels there, and it looks good. This bulb is the wrong bulb altogether, so I'm going to have to replace this bulb. Of course, I've got my band switch in, but it's down there, you can't see it. And obviously it's in a very dangerous state like this. So you know, but I've got my current power supply on, and I'm only telling it to allow 400 milliamp to this radio. Okay, so I think the next time you see me, I'll have front on by then. Anyway, catch you later. Just to recap, lads, while I'm here, ladies and gents, should I say. Looks in chaos, doesn't it? Just to recap, look at the current difference now. 332. Just shows you. And by the way, I'm on 26515 now, so that's channel 1 low band. Channel 1, and I'm on the low band. So we're counting everywhere, what seems like anywhere. KC shift, by the way, were unoperational in most of its places. Also, they'd altered Roger Bleep. You know, you've got what they call the sustain of the bleep. The sustain, in other words, how long it stays on for. And then you've got the frequency of the bleep. The bleep's just an oscillator. It's just an audio oscillator, roughly at 400 hertz tone, something like that, depending. But what they'd done, they'd added capacitors into oscillator circuit of the Roger bleep to alter the tone's frequency. And what that's all about. Hey, everyone to their own, everyone to their own. So we've put it all back to standard when it comes to Roger bleep, but we haven't connected the bleepers yet. The orange wire that's normally supplied up to an 8-volt supply, we just haven't connected it. But I will do when I finish the radio completely, because people do like them. I don't know why, but they do. To me, I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying Roger or over. You know what I mean? What's bleep for, mate? Oh, it's to tell people that you've finished talking. All right. Why don't you just say over? Oh, yeah, I'll put it back to you anyway. I'll put it back to you. You know what I mean? Well, you know. Anyway, so catch you later. and we'll next time you see it, we'll have a new bulb in, like I say, and it should look in a different light. Catch you later, everybody. Back again. Changed a little bit since you last saw it, isn't it? New light filter in, a new bulb of course in S meter, and all switches doing what they originally would now, you know, channel 9, tone. Noise blanker, and swag calibrate, and all doing normally what they'd normally do. This orange wire that you see here, this is the Roger bleep. Just wants coupling up to an 8-volt supply, and then of course it'll have a bleep on it. And you can see I've got a normal standard ribbon in there, and the 2 4-bit adders down there. Doing 5 watts now. I've set it to 5 watts. Put my screening plate back across, and tidied the whole board up a little bit. This here, you've got to understand, a lot of this, nearly all of this from here all the way across here is all done by hand. It's all the wiring, the internal wiring that goes, all of this wiring here as it goes through board. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. But that's where it all comes through, you know. And now I've got border clean, and seems to be behaving very well. Behaving very well. I've just spoke to a lad that was selling a grant on the calling frequency here. Excuse me. And hello. Anyway, what can I say, ladies and gentlemen? My £10 Cobra, I don't think it's cost too much to repair if you add it all up. You know, audio amp, regulator, and you'd probably have had a job getting a channel selector for it if you didn't have one already like me. I grant you that. And bulb's not going to cost a great deal, is it? The 4-bit binary adders, they're only cheaper them, you know, so it's still worked out to be a cheap cobby. I'll give its lids a clean now, and put all its screws and what have you back. I don't think I have a bracket for it that I can let go unless I'll be robbing another radio with one. Alright, anyway, so waving an hand, everybody. Thank you for watching this boring repairman. Not really a repairman, just an hobbyist messing with an old Cobra. See you later, everybody, and goodbye.